Hey, so if you're thinking about an IUL policy, you're probably wondering what the top companies are. Well, there are a lot of companies. The good news is that we vet our companies on an annual basis. So we want to select the best performing company to meet your goals. And if you're looking for an IUL, there's no one better to talk to than Jason Herring, our IUL expert. He's going to discuss in this example today 3 top companies that he uses in the current environment with our current clients. He's going to talk about why he uses these companies, their characteristics, and for what reasons he uses each one. We're going to dive into that, and I'll be back after that just to offer a few action steps. Jason, take it away.
Hey, thanks, Steve. Hello, everyone. Jason Herring here, your IUL specialist, serving you here at Insurance and Estates. Hope you're having a great day. So today, what I wanted to do was bring to your attention some of the resources that are available to you as you start your journey on Index Universal Life. Now, a lot of you are out there probably seeing some videos, TikTok videos, maybe some YouTube, talking about Index Universal Life, and you're trying to decide if this is the right strategy for you, especially if you like the idea of building, generational wealth, building tax-free retirement income, and having large buckets of tax-free cash value available to you at your disposal. So there's a lot of noise that you have to cut through out there to figure out who understands this concept the best. Who can I work with that's going to be honest with me, that's going to look out for my best interest? Well, a lot of you find us through this article that we have here at our website, InsuranceandEstates.com, where you can read about the top 10 best universal life IUL index insurance companies. So this article was written by our CEO, Steve Gibbs, and I will tell you, it's probably one of the best collection of information out there today about Index Universal Life. Just take a look at this table of contents and the amount of work that we've placed into this article to give you every bit of information you need to help you along your journey as you begin studying about Index Universal Life. We talk about the different types of IULs. We talk about the floor, participation cap rates inside these products. What are the mechanics? How do you take loans from a policy, right? How does that loan structure work? We get into all of that information. We have videos embedded inside of this article that will walk you through several videos that I've done about policy loans. But probably one of the biggest questions we get about this article, or when people come to us, is they're wanting to know, hey, Jason, which company do we use, right? How do you decide which carrier we're going to use for my Index Universal Life policy? And we've done several videos around that, but everybody focuses around what we have deemed the top 10 Index Universal Life companies out there. So let's click on that and kind of talk about these companies for a little bit. So we are an independent organization. We have access to all these companies, and we can help you with any of them. But after 13 years of doing Index Universal Life products every day, studying the carrier, studying the mechanics of IULs, and figuring out which products are best at accumulating cash value, we're definitely going to have our favorites. So what I thought I would do today is focus on what I kind of consider out of this list to be the top 3 IUL carriers. So when you come to us and we have an appointment, and as I learn a little bit more about your goals, we're going to suggest one of these companies. And we've really here recently narrowed it down more to about 3 companies that we think does the cash accumulation concept the best. So let's talk about these 3 companies a little bit. Well, first of all, I would say Mutual of Omaha is by far one of our top companies out there today. That is probably where we're placing the majority of our business right now. There's reasons behind that. First of all, they're an A+ rated company. They've been around since 1909. So a company that has a lot of experience, a company that's been around for a while, a company that's definitely probably going to outlive both you and me. So that's always a good starting point. Very financially stable company with Mutual of Omaha. But I truly believe that Mutual of Omaha has designed their IUL chassis to maximize cash value growth. If that's your overall goal, to maximize cash value growth, then it makes sense to use chassis that have really been designed for that. Very low policy charges inside of this chassis. So when you're trying to build cash value, one of the biggest detriments to building cash value is a lot of cost inside that contract. You're going to have 0% years. You're going to have years where you hit that floor And when you hit the floor of only having a 0% rate of return, you want to make sure that there's very small or very little amounts of cost coming out of your cash value in those years. So very, very strong IUL position with Mutual of Omaha. They also offer accelerated underwriting. So there's a decent chance that if you're below the age of 60 and we're doing less than $1 million of death benefit, which most of the time we usually are with these overfunded designs, then there is a decent chance that you might be approved for a policy with them without having to do a medical exam. I would say probably there's a better chance that you are going to have to do a medical exam with Mutual of Omaha, but we have got some clients through here recently without having to do a medical exam. So overall, when clients listen to us, when they really take our advice on which chassis we think will work best to help you accumulate cash value, we tend to start you with Mutual of Omaha. You know, they are a little bit tighter in underwriting, and what I mean by that is sometimes we're not getting the absolute best offer. I think sometimes that we might be able to get from a health standpoint, but for the most part as well, we've been able to get most of our clients through there without any issues at all. So Mutual of Omaha would definitely be one in our top three. Then we move on to Lincoln Financial or Lincoln National Group. Lincoln is another A+ rated carrier, been around since 1905. Very diverse product portfolio. They have 2 IUL products that are very well designed with several different index options outside of the S&P 500. If you want to go after some potentially kind of uncapped larger returns. And they've really been built well for cash value accumulation. Easy company to work with, easy company to start applications with. And they also have one product that is a very strong accelerated underwriting product. So if you really are not looking to do any type of medical exam at all and you want to get a policy started very quickly, we have a chassis with Lincoln that we can get in there, start the underwriting process and get you approved pretty quickly. So Mutual of Omaha, Lincoln Financial Group, 2 very, very strong companies for Index Universal Life, especially on the cash value accumulation side. If you're looking more for a protection IUL, if we're doing, let's say, some estate planning, some wealth transfer, you're looking to build some generational wealth, then from there we would really recommend John Hancock. Now, John Hancock's a name everybody understands and recognizes. A+ rated carrier, been around since 1862. So a very, very strong financial company with a very strong, well-recognized name. Like I said, we use this more for protection IULs. And what's attractive about John Hancock is they have what we call a second to die or a joint chassis on their Index Universal Life side. So what that does is it allows us to use sometimes a much lower cost product when we can place 2 lives on a policy, and the insurance company does not have to pay out the death benefit until both people pass away. That's just a great way to use a second to die or a joint chassis if we're looking to do some legacy planning and a large death benefits or get death benefits to the next generation in the most tax efficient manner. So most of the policies that we do that we place inside of a trust, either a revocable or irrevocable trust, most of those policies we're doing with John Hancock because they've really been built well. So those are really our top 3 that we are focusing on most. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with any of these other companies. It might be a one-off situation where we work with you to help you with some of these other companies, but overall, those are the 3 companies that we tend to gravitate towards when you come to us. So guys, I can't stress to you enough how good this article is. Okay, here's a video from Steve Gibbs, actually a video that I did that Steve is introducing, just talking about policy loans. Everything you need to know about Index Universal Life is in this article. This is a great way to get your education started. But what's also great when you see this article is that all throughout this article, you'll see this button right here. If you simply click on this button, it will go straight to my calendar and you're able to book some time with me to start discussing your goals and seeing what we can do to help. So guys, make sure you check out this article at InsuranceandEstates.com. Go in here, start doing your researching, study, reach out to me to schedule a call, and we will do everything we can to get you started correctly and get you on your journey to building and accumulating your own personal wealth. Guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I look forward to doing many more. And with that, Steve, I will turn it back over to you.
Great example, Jason. 3 top companies. He mentioned Mutual of Omaha, Lincoln, and John Hancock. And you know, the first being just a really top performing company. Low cost is a huge aspect to this. Second, Lincoln being really easy to work with and also offering a very competitive product. And the third being more for like legacy planning. So a lot of it does depend on your goals. So terrific stuff, great examples. Know that Jason's always looking at how these companies are performing. And we always encourage people to look at your own numbers. If you want to schedule with Jason one-on-one, there's going to be a link wherever you're watching this to his calendar. You can do that. I encourage you to do that. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.